Conference by conference mock draft series. This time we're looking at non-P4 schools, players, and prospects that are not in the major conferences, including the independents, including the G5, G6, including the FCS and lower levels. Starting at the top, the 101 on this list is fairly obvious. Jeremiyah Love, running back from Notre Dame. Consensus top running back in the class, some people's favorite overall player in the class. He is a football player's football player. He's tough, he's fast, he can run, he can catch, he can block. He does it all. He's a great player. He's easy to love. That's why his name is Love. Jeremiyah Love, 101. 102, wide receiver Skyler Bell from UConn. Bell plays bigger than his size at 6 foot 185. He's tough, smart, fast, and catches the dang ball. He's leading the country in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Triple Crown season loading for Skyler Bell from UConn. He will be 24 going into his rookie season. You know, that's always a question mark, but he's out there playing well. Nick Nash from San Jose State did that. He's not playing at the next level. But I think Bell is a better receiver. He's played receiver. Nash was a converted quarterback. Anyway, that's it. Skyler Bell, 102 from UConn. 103, quarterback Byrum Brown from USF, South Florida. Brown is probably the best all-around player in the G5 conferences, a dominating dual-threat quarterback. He has the talent to be higher on this list, but I think his passing efficiency peaked in his sophomore year 2 years ago, and this year he's down a little bit, although he's been turning it on lately. I think he has one more year of eligibility, so he could be back, but I think he's a player who has enough talent that an NFL team would take a chance on him, maybe on a day 3 at quarterback. And I think once he gets in the league, he's a player who can figure it out, and he's a problem solver on the field, and there's a lot to love with Byrum Brown as well. 104, running back Jadarian Price from Notre Dame. Price is the number 2 back in the Notre Dame backfield, but still arguably a top 10 running back in the country, or at least in the class. He's elevated his play in a lot of areas this year, really developed as a kick returner. I think he can come back if he wants to raise his stock a little bit, show he can be the number 1 guy. I think even if he went into the league just based on what he can do today, I think he's got the talent to be a contributor at the next level. 105, wide receiver Danny Scudero from San Jose State. I'll tell you right now, he's going back to school. He's draft eligible, so that's why he's on the list. But he was in the running for the Triple Crown. Then he got injured and missed a couple of games. Otherwise, San Jose State could be looking at back-to-back Triple Crown winners. Danny Scudero has been practically uncoverable one-on-one out of the slot against Mountain West defensive backs. Anybody who's tried to cover him, if he's one-on-one, barbecue chicken, right? Danny Scudero is a player who's probably going to transfer up to another school, get money and all of that. But I think, again, just the few things that he does very well right now are the things that you can translate directly to opportunity at the next level. 106, running back Robert Henry from UTSA. Henry got off to the hottest start at running back in the country, and he has really cooled off since then to the point that they played a freshman running back in the last game. Henry had 8 carries for 0 yards, I think. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's worn down. I don't know if he's tired. It's the toughest player to rank right now because he was so good in the first 6 weeks of the season, and he's not been that at all in the next 6 weeks. So the player from the first 6 weeks probably goes 102 right next to Jeremiyah Love. The player from the last 5 or 6 weeks probably goes in the second round of this thing, so I kind of split the difference here and put him at 106, Robert Henry. 107, wide receiver Chase Hendricks from Ohio. Hendricks has been a steady presence in the Bobcats passing game, which has otherwise been up and down. He has 8 or more catches in 6 of their 9 games. He's an inside-outside receiver, moves around the formation and dictates coverage. Probably not a number 1 at the next level, but he's a reliable player who knows how to play a role and knows where to be and can catch the ball. 108, running back Cam Edwards from UConn. Edwards has elevated in nearly all phases of the game in 2025. First 1,000-yard rusher at UConn in a while, continues to shine in pass protection. He's as involved as a pass-catching back because he's used more in pass pro, but he has the skills to do so. Edwards has fewer home run plays this year than he had last year, but he continues to be efficient, and I think he's a Sunday player. 109, wide receiver Jared Richardson from Penn. He's a great player to watch if you watch FCS football, if you watch Ivy League football. His game is textbook, teach tape quality. He releases well, drops his weight, high points the ball. He does all the things that look like a wide receiver. The only problem is, and he's 6'2", 215. The only problem is he plays in the Ivy League, and he's head and shoulders above the players he's playing with. So it will be very interesting to see if he gets on the All-Star game circuit or if he tries to do the super senior thing, moving up to the FBS for a grad transfer season. But again, you watch him play and you're like, this is what wide receiver looks like. 110, wide receiver Jaden Barnes from Appalachian State. Barnes is a bit of a projection. He transferred up from FCS Austin Peay, but his game has elevated now playing at App State. He's tiny but mighty. He's an explosive play waiting to happen. He's 5'9", but he's a downfield ball winner, kind of like Tank Dell. Most likely to transfer up again, but like I keep saying, these are the players that are draft eligible at this level, and it's hard not to get excited about what he can do when you watch him play. 111, tight end Eli Raridon at Notre Dame. Raridon is a reliable pass catcher in the middle of the field up the seam at 6'7", 250. He has the size and strength to be a meaningful contributor as a run blocker to keep him on the field. He doesn't have as much of the counting stats of some of the other guys due to the effectiveness of the run game, but he has the chops to make plays when called upon. 112, tight end Brody Foley from Tulsa. Foley is a big play tight end on a bad team. He's an all-around athlete at the position where you need a good athlete. He's 6'6", 260, but he's got the speed to make big plays down the field, and he gets behind the defense in open space. He's a big redhead, and you just got to love him playing at Tulsa. He was at Indiana. I don't know why he's not at Indiana. That team could definitely use him there, but I'm glad he's at Tulsa, and you get to see him if you're watching G5 football. So that's the first round. We'll through him again. Jeremiyah Love, Skyler Bell, Byrum Brown, Jadarian Price, Danny Scudero, Robert Henry, Chase Hendricks, Cam Edwards, Jared Richardson, Jaden Barnes, Eli Raridon, and Brody Foley. Second round, we got Cole Payton, quarterback from North Dakota State, undefeated. Running back Anthony Hankerson from Oregon State. 203, wide receiver Ted Hurst from Georgia State. 204, wide receiver Trent Walker from Oregon State. He's been a victim of bad quarterback play this year. 205, wide receiver Easton Messer from Florida Atlantic. 206, quarterback Jaden Craig from Harvard. I think he'll be a grad transfer into the FBS level, setting all the records at Harvard. 207, running back Cam Cook from Jacksonville State, TCU transfer. 208, wide receiver / athlete Michael Wortham at Montana. 209, running back Chip Tranum, running back at Toledo. 210, wide receiver Marquise Buchanan at Rhode Island. 211, Rayshawn Luke, running back from Fresno State. 212, running back Roland Dempster from Stony Brook. So there you have it. There's your non-P4 players, prospects to look at. There's a lot more players in this overall pool. There's guys I'm missing, I know, but so let me know who I'm missing. A lot of players were considered, a lot of teams. It's just harder when you're dealing with 5 conferences, 2 independents, and then the whole FCS. I didn't have any D2 guys, D3 guys this year. Haven't paid as much attention to that level. So if there's someone down there that I'm missing, please let me know.